right, you're now going to take this over to the machine, but before you do that, you're going to leave a space over on the side of the head, a really small space, but big enough that the horn and the ears can fit through. So see this space right here? I don't want to sew there. So I'm going to take some pins and mark it sideways so that when I get to that point while I'm sewing, I remember not to sew here. All right, you might even go like that. So I know I'm not going to sew. All right, so we're going to start right at the end of where I marked all those pieces off. I don't want to sew here. I'm going to start right below that. Again, make sure your thread's not tangled up. You're going to line up the edge with your tape or the 1/2 seam allowance. Roll in your needle. Remember to backspace. Oh, sorry, press your foot down, then backspace. Then you're going to go all the way around, making sure you slow down around those corners because you always want to make sure you're lined up right there on the end of that 5/8 seam allowance. You can do the same thing that you did with the horn. When you get a sharp turn, you can stop. As long as your needle's in the fabric, you can pick up that presser foot and turn it a little bit. Sew a little bit more, press their foot up, a little bit more. Go ahead and turn it onto. All right, so here we go. We've taken it out of the machine. We got to take our scissors. We've got to clip all of our loose threads. Give it a nice little haircut. And then we're going to do the same thing with all the edges here. See all these rounded edges? If we don't clip them, when we turn them out, they'll be all puckery. And we don't want that. So we're going to take our scissors and carefully clip up to the thread without going over all the way around the curved bits. So I'm going to do them around here. I'm going to do them around here. I'm going to do them up around the nose. Okay, you can turn the time lapse. Are we ready? Okay, so now this is where you're going to use that hole we left. You're going to open up that hole and very carefully grab your horn, pull it through, pop your ears through. There we go. Your unicorn is almost ready. All right, now the fun part begins. You're going to start taking your fluff and you're going to start stuffing your unicorn. Time lapse it. Make sure you're getting some down in the nose. You got to use your finger or an eraser to get the corners nice and popped out. You got to keep fluffing it till you think it's nice and full. You might not want it all the way full. You might want it a little bit flat, but I like fluffy unicorns. Because you know, they're so fluffy. Right now, it kind of looks a little weird, doesn't it? But as we keep going, as we fluff it out some more, it's going to look like a nice full unicorn. Go ahead and hit stop. All right, this is where we're going to do a little bit of unicorn surgery. You're going to take your thread, you make sure it's white. You want to double it up and make sure you're knotted at the end, both pieces. Before you do that, you stick your finger in there and you make sure your stuffing is all where you want it to be. You can close this up with some pins. In fact, I think I'll do that before I begin. You might want to take a couple of pins and just kind of close the opening, but you want to make sure the edges stay folded. I think I only need one pin. All right, I'm going to take my thread. I'm going to start by sticking it in the unicorn so the knot stays inside the body, inside the head, and I'm going to pull it out right here. Okay, and as we go, you're just going to take little tiny stitches by sticking it in and out, in one side the other. So I'm going to go down on the bottom side, I'm going to go in on the fold and right back up. That's maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Go in the fold, on the fold and out. And as I do that, it will slowly close up the opening. I go over here to the fold, take a little stitch. Now I go to the top, take a little stitch. And I do that all the way till I get to the bottom of the hole. Time lapse. All right, so I'm getting to the bottom of my hole. I'm going to keep going until I get to the very end. And here's where I have to tie a knot. I want to make sure that knot stays hidden though, so I'm going to take a bite right in that extra little hole I have going. Come right through, go through the loop, pull it tight. Do one more to make sure. Take a little tiny stitch. Take my needle, go through the loop that was left over. See that little loop there? I'm going to take my needle right through it, pull it through, and I'm going to come and I'm going to trim off the extra, but make sure I leave the knot. You might have a little bit of a knot showing, but it won't be too bad. All right, here we get our cheeks. We're going to figure out where we want them. We want them right about there. And we're going to add some eyeballs right here. Well, not eyeballs. We're going to close some closed lids and 2 little nostrils down here.